China Current is a weekly news talk show from China to the world. We cover viral news about China every week and also give you the newest updates on China's cutting-edge technologies. Let's get started.
Welcome to China Currents, your weekly news report on what's happening in China. I'm Derek. Joe Biden has finally left the White House, but before his retirement, he left a farewell gift, a legal trap for his successor, Donald Trump. On the surface, it appears to be a new crackdown on Chinese chip manufacturing. In reality, it includes two bombs Biden has tied to America's economy and diplomacy. The first bomb, which began its countdown in Biden's final months in office, could cripple the U.S. manufacturing sector, which heavily relies on chips. On 23rd of December last year, the Office of the United States Trade Representative launched a Section 301 investigation into what it called overcapacity in China's chip exports. Notably, this investigation took place after the outcome had effectively been predetermined. This is because 3 months earlier, the USTR had already announced plans to double tariffs on Chinese chips in 2025. Therefore, the investigation has little impact on China. However, this investigation now passed on to the Trump administration could deal a heavy blow to American manufacturing. While the US can produce cutting-edge 5-nanometer chips, a 2022 Commerce Department survey found that what US manufacturers lack most are chips produced using mature processes, which are about 40 nanometer. And in this area, the US is highly reliant on Chinese exports. According to the Bureau of Industry and Security, more than 2/3 of American products may contain chips made in China. Among surveyed manufacturers, 72% said Chinese suppliers offer lower prices and are difficult to replace. For example, microcontroller chips, a common type of a mature process chip, are found in everything from electric toothbrushes to vehicles and industrial robots. While China, the US, and Europe all produce MCUs, Chinese chips cost as little as $1 compared to at least $5 for their American or European counterparts. Slapping tariffs on irreplaceable Chinese chips will only raise costs for American suppliers, further eroding the competitiveness of US manufacturing. For Trump and Elon Musk, who are championing the return of manufacturing to the US, this is anything but good news. The second bomb, set off just 10 days before Biden's departure, directly threatens America's leading industry, artificial intelligence. On 9th of January, Biden proposed stricter restrictions on NVIDIA's chip exports to China, aiming to curb the development of Chinese AI technologies. To China, the policy seems almost laughable. This is because just a month earlier, on 10th of December last year, China had launched an antitrust investigation into NVIDIA, causing this American tech giant's stock to plummet, wiping out $100 billion in market value overnight. China's antitrust move sent a clear signal. It no longer depends on the US for advanced GPU chips. Years of innovation have enabled China's semiconductor industry to overcome its shortcomings and challenge US dominance in advanced chips. By 2024, China's domestically produced DUV lithography machines had achieved 8-nanometer overlay precision, sufficient to manufacture GPU chips capable of competing with NVIDIA. Meanwhile, Chinese firms such as Threads and China Telecom developed the tools for AI training and advanced networking technologies. For Chinese tech companies, NVIDIA has become replaceable. Even NVIDIA itself opposed Biden's proposal, warning that further restrictions on exports to China would threaten economic growth and America's leadership. However, Washington's political elite seems deaf to such warnings. Instead, they are leveraging the China threat narrative to pressure allies in the Arab world. In a letter to Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo, Representatives John Moonar and Raja Krishnamurthy from the House Committee on the Chinese Communist Party expressed concerns over China's ties with the United Arab Emirates. They argued that any country using Huawei's cloud computing equipment should face restrictions and claimed that US AI technology offers an opportunity to pry both companies and countries out of Beijing's orbit. What Munanar may not realize is that Huawei's data centers are the key supplier for Converge ICT Solutions, a Philippine telecom company that serves 54% of Filipino households. Would the US restrict its most critical military ally in the region as well? This conundrum created by Biden's policy is now Trump's problem to solve. By imposing these two sanctions on Chinese chips, Biden has effectively double-checked his successor. If Trump maintains the sanctions, American manufacturing will collapse. If he revokes them, he risks being branded a coward who surrendered to China, taking the blame for Biden's failure in the chip war. On the other hand, regardless of Trump's next move, over half of US manufacturing has already been abandoned to a wholly unnecessary supply chain crisis. That's all for today. Thank you for watching this episode of China Currents. If you have any thoughts or comments, please reach us at the email address below. We look forward to hearing from you. See you next time.